Peter, it's really a pleasure to be with you in your home and enjoying your hospitality. And one of the things which is really striking for everyone which comes into your contact is the gentleness and the harmony which radiates through your person. It's very, it has a very profound effect on everyone, and it brings out the best of the people. Could you explain a little bit how you managed to realize such a beautiful state of harmony?
Well, that's quite a question, Klaus, and thank you for those kind words. I probably would have to say, learning to be kind to myself and seeing myself with kindness before I could see others in kindness. And a lot of that comes from forgiving myself for when I make mistakes or errors, or I don't live up to my own image or my own standards. And that's part of the learning process. And I realize that even as a little child will fall down many times before he begins to walk. But there's something in us that keeps us going. It keeps us trying. And pretty soon we learn that we don't, mistakes are good, because that's how we get to a point of liking ourselves and living in harmony with other people. If you like yourself, then you can like other people. And I think that's the measurement. To the degree that you can like yourself and love yourself and respect yourself, you will love and respect and honor other people too.
It's a very beautiful viewpoint of life and harmony. Thank you very much. And we understood from your biography that at some point in your life you went through quite an intense experience of awakening, where there was a shift into another level of harmony and simplicity of life. It would interest us a lot if you could talk a little bit about that.
Well, I think that we all have spiritual awakenings many, many times. We have events that take place in our life that cause us to stop and just stop in our tracks and to look more deeply at ourselves. Now, yes, I've had a number of spiritual experiences, quote, whatever you want to call that, and some of the more profound ones, and one in particular, is when I found myself, everything I thought that I was, coming apart. My identity was just being taken apart. And for a moment, I didn't know who I was. I was not Peter. I wasn't the things that I did. I wasn't the work that I had. None of those things identified that which I truly am. And I realized that what I truly am is spirit. There's a conscious emptiness, a perceiving emptiness. I'm not my thoughts. I'm not my body. I'm that which experiences that. And that was like waking up from a dream, knowing that I'd been dreaming. And this is what I am. This is what is real. This is what is now. And it put me very much in this moment.
Very often we hear, it's also very often in your discussions about awakening and self-consciousness, a way to approach this state is to accept everything as perfect, to be really entering into a state of acceptance. There is also another concept about life, that at some point we enter into a state of mastery. And for most people they are very often seen as two conflicting concepts. How did you harmonize that in in your life?
That makes me laugh. I don't know what mastery is. We learn just to be and to accept the good, the bad, and not cling to things. And it's this not clinging, not holding on, because life is, everything is changing. There is a great deal of impermanence with every single thing. This body, this is changing all the time. The environment is changing. The seasons change. It's constant change. So I have learned to not fight against what always happens. It always, change is inevitable. It's constant. And I've allowed myself to take a position of being detached from it, not demanding that life occur in a particular way. Now I have my preferences. You know, I prefer that things are pleasant. I prefer things are comfortable, but sometimes they're not pleasant. Sometimes they're not comfortable. But that's okay also, because I've learned not to fight with it. And it is in that surrendering to impermanence, it's a detachment that brings a great deal of comfort and bliss, and I stop suffering. You stop suffering when you stop holding on. And it took a lot of courage for me to open my hands and let go. But once I did, it was so freeing. And here I am.
And in this context, what place would you give to the factor of love?
Loving kindness is everything. It is something, the minute we stop judging ourselves, we stop judging other people, what comes out automatically is that which we are loving kindness. Every person on this planet has a human heart. Everybody wants to be held. They want to be hugged. They want to be told that they're okay. They want to be loved. And that's the nature of the human heart. It's the nature of conscious awareness. We become consciously aware of that which we truly are, how vast we really are. That vastness is filled with the flow of love. The more conscious we become, the more loving we are, and the easier it is to express it. You know, it's energy. It's energy. You take a flower starts from a little seed and it buds, and then if it has enough energy, it blossoms. And then it gives its fragrance to everybody. People who like that flower or dislike the flower, it doesn't matter. The flower just gives of its essence. And that essence is love. And that's what we do when we get enough energy and we flower.
Thank you for this beautiful answer, Peter. You are very well known as a Qigong and martial arts master. If you compare this tradition with the yoga tradition, for instance, different aspects of yoga, meditation, Ayurveda, which is an aspect of yoga, but all the practices, Hatha yoga, paths of its own, what for you, apart from the fact maybe that one thing resonates more with you than the other, what do you really see as difference in one path or the other?
I think, Klaus, that all of these various disciplines are like many trails or paths that go up the mountain. And if you travel on any one of them far enough, high enough, you'll realize that the view, the scenery is all the same. From the peak, you see all the ways that we're alike. From the bottom, we see all the ways that we're different. And so any one of these paths, when we get to a certain elevation, it's all the same. It's all the same place.